So welcome. I imagine the people who are coming are regulars, but if in case it's not, I have to let you know, to warn you to just be fair with your body, be gentle, and just start listening or learn to listen to your body, and do not take it to places where you're going to harm it. Yeah, just be aware and be respectful. So let's start by just actually finding a moment to come into ourselves, finding this space, this time, awareness in the breathing. And then with that centering, we'll start the class. Let's start by actually doing the little sequence of breathing in, arms up, stretching the spine, opening the lungs, opening the chest. And then we breathe out, bringing our hands via our shoulders to the outside, away from us. Breathing in again via our shoulders, breathing in. And then breathing out, pushing forward and round in the spine. Really emptying completely. Breathing in, arms up. Filling up. The breathing is also an exercise. It's done by muscles. Breathing out, hands behind, bowing forward, just leaning forward. Emptying the lungs. A few more times. Breathing in, arms up. Breathing out, pushing out. Breathing in, arms to the shoulders. Breathing out, rounding, pushing forward. Breathing in, arms up. Breathing out, arms behind, bowing forward. Just first movements of the shoulders and the spine. Breathing in, arms up. Breathing out, arms out. Breathing into the shoulders. Breathing out, pushing forward. Breathing in, arms up. Pushing, breathing out, bowing forward. Breathing in, arms up. I'm going to go to the side now. Left hand, left side, bending to the left. Breathing in, arms up. Filling up the lungs, stretching up to the sky. Breathing out, right hand to the right and bending to the right. Breathing in, arms up, a quick twist, and we finish with this. Right hand, left knee, and we twist to the left. Breathing in, arms up. Left hand, right knee, and we twist to the right. Breathing in, arms up. And relax everything. Maybe taking the block out, leaning forward. Just to stretch the lower back, maybe a little jiggle right and left. And we come to all fours. This time you might see me looking in that direction. That's because I now have the telly connected. So every week we try a new technology. So I have a nice big screen here where I can see, myself, I guess, because I don't have for Sundays it'll be better because I have all the screens. So let's just do a little bit of cat-cow. So breathing in, rolling the hip forward, opening the chest forward and the chin up. Breathing out, rolling the hips back, chin to chest, and rounding the spine. Breathing in, arching, breathing out, rolling. 2 more times, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Back to neutral. Let's do a little bit of circles now. Remember, so we're going to take the tummy. Well, we can either use the tummy and revolve it round. Maybe you can imagine in the school playgrounds when children used to play with a skipping rope. So one child is holding the tip of her head, the other child is holding our tail, and we're skipping. So just rotate the spine. See if you can try and get it to do all the way from the tip of the head or the crown of the head to the tailbone. And then we can go the other way. It doesn't matter what it looks like, it's more like a feeling. The spine is just being moved, rotated in all directions, and we stop. And the last part of this exercise, we're going to just do an ad lib, which is a little bit of funky movement in every direction. If you don't like this, I encourage you to do. I was going to say do the other one, but no, I think you should try this like crazy, moving in every direction. Because out of the spine is all the way from the head to the tailbone, and just move the spine any which way you want. Great start. Let's stop there. And now we're going to do a little bit of just a couple of rolling forward to a gentle cobra. Breathing in, breathing out, leading with the tail down to child pose. Breathing in, leading with the back of your neck, rolling forward to a cobra. Breathing out, leading with the tailbone. 2 more times. Breathing out. And we stay in child pose just for 2 breaths there. Just enjoy that little time with yourselves right at the beginning of the class. And then we come back on all fours. Let's do a couple of core work. So let's start by taking the right foot behind. Once again, if we try and find our stability in the shoulders, core engage, hip square. It's nice to get a nice alignment. I know sometimes alignment is like a funny word in yoga, but it's nice if you feel it, if it feels right. Let's call that alignment. Kicking that right heel to the back, stretching the whole head, the whole leg out of your socket, and then release that knee down. Left side. Find the alignment, what feels nice and strong and stable, shoulders, hip, and core, and then kick that left heel back, stretching the leg out of the sockets. And release. We're going to do the same right hand side. And then once we got that nice strong alignment, shoulder strong, left arm out. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out, crunch. Breathe in, stretch. Really feel the stretching. Breathe out, crunching, knee past elbow. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hold. Hold the crunch. Release everything to the ground. Left side, left knee out, right arm up. Find that engagement of the core, the shoulders. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out, crunch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in last time. Breathe out, hold as you crunch. Engage that core. 3, 2, and 1, and release. Okay, let's go on to a lovely stretch from here. Right foot forward. And then just start going in between your legs, finding your lizard here. So I'm going inside the right thigh. If I need to use my hand to get the tummy and the rib cage in, do so, and then just try and get inside that gap. If you want to use a block to go deeper, maybe move the other knee back to get a deeper lizard. And then we just statically stay here as we stretch the hip or the hips, both the front one is rotating out and the back one, we got a nice quad stretch there. With each out breath, you can try and get your hip, your tummy deeper into the position. Coming back by pushing with the hands. And we're going to swap the knees. Right knee on the ground, left knee forward. And then again, try and get inside your thigh. And then get your hands between your legs, or in this gap, I don't know what you call it, in front of your chest. And then as you deep breathe out, you can start stretching the hip, opening the quads, and going deep into it. You can get your elbows in, or your chest, or your forehead. So be it. We all have our own level. Two more breaths in here. Try and really go deeper into it. If this leg is slightly tipping out, that's okay. We don't really need to have it strictly at the front. We're just allowing the body to come inside the hip there. Two more breaths. And then we come up by pushing with our hands, and we're going to sit on our toes. This is our new rest time, sitting on our toes, which means that we get a little bit of a stretch here on the toes. Again, depending where you are in your practice, you might only be able to put 20% of the weight, or 50% of the weight, or the full weight on the toes. And while we're resting, we are opening our toes or our feet, which is also good, yeah? So deep into it. I've been having to wear normal shoes for the last few days because I've been doing some, carrying around boxes and stuff. And I've been so not used to now having these very tight shoes that my toes were hurting after a few days. I normally wear the naked shoes, the open toes. So slowly we can change our bodies, yeah? So we count for another 3 counts here. Nice stretch of the toes there, opening all the toes as if they were hands. 2, and we come forward and then give the toes a little tap there. Good toes, good toes, good toes. Okay, let's, at this point, we're going to do a couple of stretches on one knee. So maybe you want to find either double the mat to put your knee on and get some nice, lovely cushioning, or if you found a packaging pad or something, I find it very useful, a very simple tool. So we're on the right knee and left foot forward, yeah? And then we're going to come just a very gentle forward leaning to open this quad here, the right quad, leaning into it. So it's the quad. When we say the quad, we also obviously mean that inside there are all these little muscles, especially the psoas, nice and deep inside. And we're stretching that as well. Lean forward. And then from here, we're going to go into a runner stretch. So we're going to come back, stay still on that knee, and then stretching the front leg, but the back of it now. Deep into it, coming deeper down. Hopefully you can feel the calf, back of the knee, and the quad stretching there. I'm going to come forward again to stretch the front of the back leg. And this is going to lead us, all this stretching and these little motions we're doing. While I'm talking, we're still stretching. This is going to lead us to a splits. Yeah, we're going to go for a little splits today. So I'm leaning forward, stretching the front of this leg here. And then coming back again. 3 times on each side. Runners stretch here. If you want more feeling here because you're not getting enough, then grab those toes and bring them towards you. And that will have some effect. Last time forward. And then you can either stay here or for the yoga masochists, as I call ourselves, pull that leg back, that foot up, and then grab it with your hand and bring it towards your hip, to your hip, your glute there. And then if that is not enough, then lean into it. And that should now give you a nice burning feeling on that front quad. Really stretching it now. It's going to help us with our splits eventually. 3, lean, 2, and release back, then foot, and then change around. So left knee down, right foot forward, and then we're just going to start with a nice gentle opening of this side of the front leg. There's 6 of us viewing today. I think it's nice that you come because Sunday I'm going to be away again. So there'll be no class on Sunday. I'll be traveling, flying back on Sunday afternoon. So well done for being here. Leaning forward. And then we come back gently, especially first time, and the runner stretch. Coming back forward, leaning into it. Nice stretch here. Inside here, the psoas goes from the humerus there, the top of the humerus, through all the pelvic bone, whatever it is called here, right into the spine. Yeah, so it's a very, very central muscle because it goes from the spine, first 4 or 6 vertebrae of the spine, through down to the legs. So it's actually an important muscle. And then we come back, second time, leaning back, maybe a little bit deeper this time. Maybe for those who want the extra sensation, grab those toes and bring them towards you. And third time lucky. Come forward, and this time let's play some games. Bring that foot back. If you need the rope, grab the rope. If not, grab it with your hand and bring that heel towards the glute. And then if you want a little bit more sensation, lean forward and feel your quad burn. Good burn, that is. Use the wall if you need to. 5, leaning forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the foot. Release the position. I'm going to go back on the other side. I'm going to get my both blocks for the splits to help myself. If you have blocks, then maybe that'll be good. The other thing I do is because I've got nice slippery floors here in Spain. It's very typical to have these ceramic floors, tile floors. So then find your way to slide yourself forward, right knee down, left foot forward, and splits. Again, we can start by using the hands on the blocks to help us adjust, find that nice position. And then lean into it maybe a little bit further. Open the chest, look up. Breathe out a little bit deeper. 3 more breaths. Each breath we can just let ourselves sink a little bit more into it. And release by pushing with your arms, so you're not using the muscles that you're stretching to the limit to pull yourself up. And we change sides. So left knee down, blocks on the side. My right foot is off the mat this time, so I can have a nice little slidey forward. And splits. 4, 3, 2, a little bit deeper, and 1, and release. Coming back, pushing with the arms, and we relax for a moment. Maybe sitting now on the top of the feet, which is also a good stretch this side. Nice and settle into that position. He's opening the feet in the opposite direction. Again, if we spend all our life walking like this and not doing much of this stretching, then it might feel awkward. And then from here, we're going to come up and we're going to do our lovely warrior dance that we all know very well. But we're still stretching here. And up we come. Okay, done with that. So, basically, movement of the spine. Okay, so we're going to put our left foot forward, right foot is back. The blocks are blocking the way. So we got the back foot, the heel, the plant, the soles of our feet are nice and solid on the ground. Hips is facing forward, which will tend to actually affect that foot. Now, while we're actually planted on the ground, just try and feel what's touching the ground. And hopefully you might be able to lift the arch of your feet slightly up so that you're not touching there. If you feel that like a big rectangle, then try and make that more like a triangle. Yeah, front, 2 points here, outside and the heel. Yeah, like when you walk on the sand and you see these lovely footprints. Let's try and keep and imagine those. So we're actually bringing the arches up, leaning down and arms up. Warrior one. 2 breaths here. Leaning in, straightening the back leg, opening that arch of the feet. And as we breathe out, we open towards a warrior two. Still conscious of our feet, how they're on the ground. Breathing in, leaning back, or bending back, I should say. Breathing out, rolling the arms forward, left elbow on left knee. Stretching the right arm over the ear. Breathing in, straightening the leg, bending back again. Breathing out, triangle pose. So triangle pose, remember, it's not a question of how far down you can get your hand, but it's how flat you can keep your whole body in terms of hips, chest, and legs. And then you can bend down. But the aim is not to bend down to the bottom, but to be in a plane. So what I'm saying is that you could do this and get to the bottom, but that's not a triangle pose. Triangle pose is trying to have my hips, my chest, and my arms and my legs all in one plane. And then you can stretch arms up, arm down, telescope the legs out. 3. Open the chest. 2. Arms away from each other. 1, and release. And we do the other side. Once again, right foot forward, left foot back. Feel your feet. Are we planting those lovely sand footprints on the ground? As in not getting too much of the arch in the ground. So we're trying to consciously bring our arches up. Hip forward and arms up. 2 breaths here. On the out breath, open to the side. Adjust the feet in a more straight line for your warrior two. Stretch your arms away from your shoulder sockets again. Yeah, we try to pull them out, but don't worry, they're not going to come out. There is a whole network of muscles holding the femurs and the humerus in the sockets. So if we try and pull them out, that's just health. It's just allowing, opening them out for more fluids. Then on the in-breath, lean back, bend back. Breathing out, right elbow, right knee, and stretching the left arm into the corner of the room. Breathing in, straightening the leg, leaning, bending back. Breathing out, triangle pose. Remember, start here. Just make sure your hip and your chest is in the same plane, and then you can go down a little bit. We still got the bum is in and the chest is in, then a little bit further. So go down as further only as far as you start sticking your bum out or your shoulders forward. Stretch, pulling those arms away from each other, telescoping the legs out. 3, triangle pose. 2, 1, release. Come to the center. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And let's have a moment. And then we're going to do it again with a triangle pose variation at the end. We're going to do a little bit more with tempo, yeah? Just 5 breaths. Out, breathe in, breathe out, and boom, triangle pose. So we started on that side. Left foot forward, right foot back. Breathing in, arms up. Breathing out, warrior two, stretch. Breathing in, leaning back. Breathing out, left elbow, left knee, just resting, stretching. Breathing in, straightening the leg, leaning back. And now optional, we're going to do the triangle pose with the arms facing forward like a bull. Breathing out, triangle pose. If it gets too much on your lower back, then do the original one. This is a strength one. And we hold these for 3 breaths. 2, the same dynamic and the same geometry, but the arms are out, so you're holding all the weight with your back. And release, arms up, and let go. Other side. Getting into that front stance. Breathing in, arms up. Breathing out, warrior two, stretch. Breathing in, leaning back. Breathing out, leaning forward, elbow to knee. Breathing in, straighten the leg, leaning back. 2 options for breathing out. Traditional triangle pose or the bull triangle pose. I just made that one up. Just means arms out, but still the hips and the chest are in one plane. 3, 2, and stretch and release. Gut gemacht, as our German friends would say. I started the yoga in Germany, so I still got a few words that come back. Okay, where are we? Flamingo, no, bird of paradise. They're all birds. I think we did this one just a few weeks ago, but we'll do it again. Yeah, remember the one holding the, what is it? Holding the leg up or something like that. So we might need for this, well, I will need a rope. Maybe some of you will, maybe some of you won't. But basically we're going to do a bind and then some balance. So let's start left foot forward. Forward stance. Lunge, lunge, lunge. We've been preparing for this the whole class. Yeah, it looks as if everything we've done has been towards this pose. Hands down in the center. Getting my tummy inside the thigh, my shoulder almost under the knee there. This is a nice slow pose. We're not going anywhere fast. Just going to try and do it nice and slowly and enjoy every moment. Yeah, every movement is going to be stretching. Yeah, I can feel stretch on the abductors here and everything. Then once we get the shoulder as far in as we can, we're going to get the left hand to stroke our bum there. This is a bum stroking pose. Then with the other hand, if you've got long hands, that's good. If you don't, like me, you take the rope behind you, the belt, and then you grab the belt with the other hand. And once you got a bind, then you can open to the side. Yeah, it looked a bit awkward, but now once you have the bind, then it begins to look like yoga. And then you can lean into it and hold this for a couple of breaths. Now, next stage, if you want to try this, which I encourage you to, because even if we fail, that's why we try. Right foot near the left foot. Put all that weight on that right foot. Release the weight from the left foot. And balance. This is a lovely pose in itself. Oh, and for those with more or less flexibility, we stretch the leg for bird of paradise. Release the stretch, opening the chest, try and look regal, as in bird of paradise. Left foot down, right foot back. Enjoy the rest of the bind and release the bind. Coming forward via the middle. So that's a one side bird of paradise, but we need the second side bird of paradise. Take a little breath. And you know what's coming. So right foot forward, left foot back, forward lunge, into the middle. You need to help yourself inside the thigh. Right elbow, right shoulder, right under the right thigh. Right hand stroking your bum. Left hand behind with the rope or without the rope. Grab that belt. And once you got the bind, then it all begins to look again like yoga. Open the chest. Lean forward. Open the chest to the side. And now the option to have fun. Left foot forward. Release the weight on the right foot. And coming up. Open the chest. Look regal. Open the leg. Release the leg. Open the chest. Look like a yogi. Right foot down. Left foot out. Open the bind. 3, 2, and release everything to the middle. And then shake it. Shake it. Shake it all about. Let me let some air in here. Okie dokie. So where are we going on from here? Let's do a from bird of paradise to dancer's pose. Again, we did this one not too long ago, but we'll do it again. So you might need the rope. This is the one that goes like this. So you might need the rope or you might not need the rope. You got a wall if you need to, chairs, sofas, whatever. You can hold onto the wall to get that weight on the left leg, nice and strong. Open the chest, back, right knee back, and then grab with the rope or grab with the hand. If you're grabbing with the hand, try and grab it on the inside. If that's too much, grab it on the outside. And then from there, open the chest, tip forward, lifting that back foot up, back knee up, and then left arm forward. 5, knee up, 4, left arm forward, 3, open the chest, 2, strong supporting leg, 1, stretch, and release. Right foot down, nice and strong leg. Remember how we normally find that support leg. Left knee up, hold on to the wall if you need to. Grab the foot on the outside or preferably on the inside. Once you got the foot, strong leg, open the chest, tip forward, lift the knee up, pull it with your arm, and right arm forward. 5, 4, knee up, 3, strong leg supporting, 2, open the chest, 1, right arm forward, stretch, and release. And that is our standing balance poses. So let's go to the ground. Sit on our toes or on our heels. Let's make it optional this time. I'm going to sit on my toes and just have a little moment here. Maybe you can close your eyes, maybe keep them open, just feel yourself. Maybe feel the skin, maybe it's a little bit of sweat, perspiration. Just feel the body. And then we come out. Okay, let's do a frog. Let's do a frog. Remember the frog, I normally, once again, because I've got slippery floor, you've got to find your best way. I have slippery floor, so I use a blanket to slide my knees out. It's a quite, well, I wouldn't say drastic, but it's an intense pose, yeah? So, knee on one side, knee on the other side, and then basically, without letting the hip come down or cheating forward, we're gonna keep the hips at the same level, and then we're just gonna slide them into an open position. It's just a classic frog. Really opening of the front hips here, and then we just lean on our elbows or on our chest or on our hands, and we'll hold these for, we're coming towards the end of the class, so you know that we have these nice long poses, each one targeting a certain set of muscles. We now should be nice and warm, so it's all nice and safe, as long as we're still aware what we're doing. So if you need to open a little bit further, maybe you can use your hands or just let the weight open you. And let's hold this for another few counts. Again, every out breath you can feel, even if you don't open physically, you can just feel the pelvis open, giving in and relaxing. Every out breath a little bit more relaxed. Two more breaths, breathing out, releasing the tension. Breathing in, breathing out, releasing more tension. Now to come back in, we'll try and use our arms to bring us into the center rather than our flexors. And we come out of our frog. From frog, we can go to pigeon. It's an animal cavalcade. So let's go to pigeon. We all know that one. Another lovely pose. So to come into pigeon, we're going to do, let's do left knee in front of our face. And again, if you are regular, then go on to your pigeon. If you're not, then listen. I'm going to do it the other way so you can see. How the angle of that knee will determine how much strain you put on the knee, also on the hip, but on the knee especially. So if you have it here, you're going to have a very big strain on the knee, which is generally not good. If you have it here, you have zero strain on the knee, yeah? So somewhere in between, 15 degrees, 30 degrees, as much as you can comfortably do. Now that angle will also have an effect on this hip, which is what we're doing. And then we lean into it. We allow the weight to come down on that hip here. And obviously we're getting a nice stretch here as well. If this is too much, you might need some support on the hip that is hanging here, or you might need to just close that angle a little bit. So once we're in our king pigeon is a standing one. We're actually still looking up. If you want to do some work on your spine, the back of the spine, then let go of the arms. And now we're going to hold the weight with our spine, just for part of the exercise. Looking up, chin up. 3, 2. Looking up, chin up, and 1. Hands back down. Relax the hip. Maybe pull with that back foot back to open a little bit further. And now comes the kind of yin part of this practice, which is let the tummy fall on the thigh. Let the chest come down on the knee. Let the elbows touch the ground. And then adjusting there your body, maybe lean right into or melt into this position. Yeah. I think in yin yoga it's also called, what is it? Melting swan or melting something. Yeah. Can't remember, but it's like a melting feeling into adjust your body so it feels really nice. At the same time as obviously we're stretching, we're doing very deep stretches. If you're not feeling anything, then maybe some of the instructions were missed or you're very flexible. Yeah, if you're not feeling much, then you can bring that knee up, grab it with your foot, and that will give you slightly more feeling. But most of us with this will have enough. And then just lie there for a few counts. One last breath as you melt deeper into it. And then we start coming up, pushing with our hands. And then let's just collapse onto our back hip to come out. We're going to do it very unceremoniously today. Bringing our legs forward. Tap, 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 tap. We do the other side. So my right knee is going to be now in front of my face as I look down. Once again, adjust the angle of this foot from 90 degrees to 0 degrees so that it serves you. And by serving you is the balance between protecting the knee and opening the back hip. Use the back foot to pull you back. So we're stretching the hip here. But you should be square, yeah? We shouldn't be sort of sideways like this. It should be square hips to the front of the mat. King Pigeon. Either hold these, or if you want to, or if you can, put some work on the lower back. Put your hands on your hips and lift your chest up. Lift your chest up. 3, 2, chin up, and lift up, release. And this is the point at which we're going to the melting pigeon. We're going to put the tummy on the thigh. Probably the mic is getting muffled because I've got it in front of my chest. And then the chest towards the calf. And then the forehead of the chest to the ground, and just enjoy 5 or 10 breaths here. Melting into this position. Melt a little bit deeper on the last 2 breaths. And we're coming up. Using the hands. And ceremoniously we fall on our butt. And we bring our legs forward. Tap, tap. By the way, I'm not wearing a bra in case. just the ladies put the mic on their sports bra, but men, if you put it on the t-shirt, it just dangles. So I've got a strap inside, and it's the only way I can get it done. Okay, so we come out of that one. We've got a few lovely minutes to go. So I'm going to suggest we do, well, I don't know the name of this one. I call it mermaid pose. Although I know there's another one which is a mermaid, but this is mermaid on a rock pose. So we're going to sit on our side like this, like the mermaid on the rock does, with the right foot in the arch of the left foot. This is why I call it mermaid. It just looks like the mermaid on the rock, but it's not. It's just a torsion. So from here, I'm going to put my left hand behind, holding the weight, opening the chest. Maybe you can be using a block for that one or not. And then, so right hand goes on the outside of the left knee there to open the chest. We've got this lovely twist now. Yeah, we've got this twist as we're looking back. The chest is looking back. And then we look the head in the opposite direction. So again, right knee over left knee, right foot in the arch of the left foot. We're trying to sit as much as possible on our hips. Left hand is behind us. We're opening the chest to the side, twisting the body, and then we look to the right. Four. Open the chest, feel the twist, 2, and release. And then we swap sides. I actually prefer to do this with a block, so I'm going to prepare my block now. And I should always have the blocks at hand, because you never know when you're going to need one. So I'm going to bring my legs to the left side of my butt. I'm going to put my left top foot in the arch of my right foot. And then I'm going to try and settle my hips down. I know you can really because you're sitting on the heel here, but try and settle the hips down. Now that I have the block, I have slightly more height here. Instead of being here, I'm actually now here. So my spine is slightly more straight. Left hand on the outside of the right knee. And then I open my chest to the side. And now that feels better now that I've got this arm supported on the block. And then once I've got this lovely side twist, I look in the opposite direction to the left. Mermaid or merman, one should say, in politically modern correctness. You don't really see many mermen in the cartoons. 3, open the chest. 2, and release. So that's a nice bend, twist of the spine. Then from there, we're going to go on a line on our back, and just a very general. I mean, you can use we're just going to basically open our leg, do the sort of splits on our back. So if you got the belt and you want to make use of the belt, you can use the belt on your foot, or you can just really just grab the calf or the shin and then bring that knee towards your right knee towards right shoulder. It's kind of a very unsophisticated stretch, let's say. Knee to shoulder. Knee to shoulder, and then if you're feeling that you're getting too close, you're not feeling much, then we start straightening the leg, and that will give you more feeling. Knee to shoulder. So right to lift your shoulders up, knee to shoulder. Left knee down, if possible, touching the ground. So it's just basically the splits, but in a kind of, I would say, brutish form. Last big deep pull. And release. It feels good, even though it's not very elegant pose. Left knee up, grab it by the calf or the shin, and then bring the knee to the shoulder. Breathe out, knee to the shoulder. Breathe out, knee to the shoulder. Now, if it gets too easy, straighten the leg and knee to shoulder. 2 more. And release. Yes, when I first saw these exercises, I thought, what? That doesn't look like yoga. Lie on your back, relax for 2 breaths. And now while you're lying down, I hope your blocks are near enough. Well, if they're not, then pick them up. We're going to do a pontoon, yeah? Stretch the front of our hips, flexors, psoas, by making a pontoon. So feet to the ground, lifting the hips up, putting the blocks on the either one or I'm going to use 2 on the sacrum, yeah? On the sacrum, not on the back and not on the bum, on the sacrum, on that hard bone we have between the back and the bum. Put the weight on the sacrum, either 1 block or 2 blocks, and then just relax there. Nice inversion here, yeah, the heart above the head, so they say. And then if you want to feel the stretch of the front of the hips, just stretch the legs gently, maybe to 80%, 90%, and then just completely. But be aware your lower spine is going to get a compression there. And then just feel this area stretching, which is why we do this exercise. Again, every out breath, you can just release a little bit more. And then we bring our feet up, lifting the hips, removing the 1 and or 2 blocks, releasing the hips down. Try and feel that spine, the whole back, flat on the ground, up to the neck. Even if it doesn't touch, just feel like you want to just totally cover the ground and then start stretching your feet, your legs out. And then just go into your Shavasana here for 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, I'm going to be closing the practice. If you want to stay, of course, you're at home, continue your Shavasana. If not, then thank you for joining. Namaste.